atmosphere in the Bronx right now is nothing short of electric, and not in the way Yankees fans want to feel. After dropping their 5th straight game, the mood has shifted from hopeful optimism to full-on frustration, and honestly, a bit of desperation. This team, once the pride of the American League East, dominating and leading the division early on, is now in a precarious spot. Sitting with a record of 60 wins and 54 losses, the Yankees have slipped down to 3rd place. And their one solid grip on the final wildcard spot is slipping faster than anyone expected, now holding only a razor-thin lead over the surging Texas Rangers. The Bronx Bombers find themselves at a crossroads, and every fan in pinstripes knows it. This is no ordinary slump. This feels like a turning point, one that could define their entire season. But what's really stoking the fire, what's causing the collective anxiety to boil over, is one glaring issue: the bullpen. More specifically, Devin Williams, the 2-time All-Star closer who was supposed to be the Yankees' ace weapon down the stretch. Instead, he's become the symbol of their unraveling after struggling mightily in recent outings. Williams has now been charged with 4 losses this season, and his latest meltdown came just this past Tuesday. He gave up 2 crucial runs in the 8th inning, despite fans desperately begging for a different arm on the mound. The frustration is tangible, radiating through social media and around the stadium, with calls to fire Aaron Boone growing louder by the day. People aren't just upset, they're demanding a reckoning, a change in leadership, and some intelligent baseball before it's too late. This is the moment when a team either folds or fights back. And right now, the Yankees look dangerously close to folding. It's hard to fathom just how far they've fallen in such a short time. Remember, these are the same Bombers who held firm atop the division only months ago. A team brimming with talent, confidence, and the swagger that comes with winning. Yet now, the cracks are impossible to ignore. The offense is sputtering, the pitching staff is teetering on the edge, and the energy in the locker room. It's anyone's guess, but it certainly doesn't feel like the focused, determined bunch we saw earlier in the year. Aaron Judge's recent return to the lineup was supposed to ignite something, to spark a turnaround in the Yankees' fortunes. But even the reigning AL MVP couldn't get the bats going against Texas Rangers ace Nathan Eovaldi, who shut down New York's lineup in a suffocating 8-inning performance. The Bombers managed just 2 hits on the night, and it was painfully clear that the offense was still searching for answers. On the pitching side, Will Warren's outing was a mixed bag. 5 scoreless innings sound good on paper, but it took him 98 pitches to get through them, and that marked the 6th straight start by a Yankee pitcher who failed to reach the 6th inning. That's a glaring red flag. It means the bullpen is once again under enormous pressure to hold the line. And as we've seen far too often this season, the relievers are starting to crack under that weight. So what does all of this mean for Aaron Boone? The question hanging over the Bronx like a dark cloud is simple. How much longer can Boone keep his job? The pressure on the manager is mounting with every loss, every blown lead, every meltdown on the mound. Some fans and insiders are already sounding the alarm, urging the front office to pull the trigger on a managerial change before it's too late. Because the stakes are huge. If this downward spiral continues, the Yankees could be looking at more than just a lost series. This could spiral into a lost season. It's a brutal place to be, especially for a franchise built on winning, tradition, and the relentless pursuit of championships. The fans in New York expect excellence, and when the team falters, they demand accountability. Right now, the weight of those expectations is bearing down hard, and every misstep is magnified tenfold. Let's not sugarcoat it. The bullpen has been the Achilles heel all season long. The Yankees hoped the additions they made around the trade deadline would steady the ship, but instead things seem to be getting worse before they get better. Take Jake Bird, for example, brought in from Colorado as one of 3 bullpen reinforcements. Expected to boast a late-inning reliability, Bird has struggled mightily in pinstripes. In just 3 appearances, he has surrendered 6 runs over only 2 innings pitched, ballooning his earned run average to a staggering 27.0. Those numbers don't just scream trouble, they scream crisis. The front office gave him a shot, but when the meltdown against the Rangers unfolded, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned, while only recording 2 outs, it was clear they had to act fast. Bird was optioned back to AAA, a move that sent shockwaves through the fan base given the price the Yankees paid to acquire him. Trading away promising prospects Rock Riggio and Ben Shields to get Bird was a significant investment, one that the team expected would pay off immediately. Instead, the bullpen chaos persists, and the team's depth is being tested like never before. This shakeup opens the door for Mark Light Jr., a reliever expected to return from the injured list soon. Light has had an up and down season, but advanced metrics suggest he could provide some much-needed stability, striking out nearly 30% of batters faced and inducing ground balls at an impressive rate. With Devin Williams struggling, Luke Weaver inconsistent, and Camilo Doval under scrutiny, the Yankees are desperate to find a reliable closer, someone to steady the bullpen and stop the bleeding. Every move, every decision now feels critical. The Yankees sit precariously close to the playoff bubble, and any further bullpen failures could be catastrophic. It's as if the team is playing a high-stakes game of musical chairs, hoping to find the right combination before the music stops. The pressure couldn't be greater, and the clock is ticking fast. Meanwhile, another roster move came just hours ago that speaks volumes about the Yankees' urgency. JT Brubaker, a right-handed pitcher acquired in March to add rotation depth, was designated for assignment. Brubaker's time in pinstripes was plagued by injuries and inconsistent performance. Coming off Tommy John surgery, his return was delayed by an oblique strain and a fractured rib, setbacks that stalled any momentum he could build. When he finally took the mound, the results were mixed at best. A 3.38 ERA in 16 innings is decent, but underlying numbers tell a different story. His strikeout rate was low, and his walk rate alarmingly high, making his outings far from dependable. Control issues plagued him even during rehab stints in AA and AAA, and the front office's patience finally ran out. Designating Brubaker for assignment is a clear message. If you can contribute right, now there's no room on this team. With over 5 years of service time, Brubaker can elect free agency if he clears waivers, and there's always a chance another contender picks him up. But for the Yankees, this was a bet that didn't pay off. And with the trade deadline behind them, there's no room left for rehab stories or hopeful comebacks. The urgency in the Bronx is palpable. The team is at a critical juncture, caught between the ghosts of a promising start and the harsh reality of recent struggles. The question now isn't just about wins or losses, it's about identity, resilience, and the ability to respond under pressure. The next few weeks will be a defining period for this squad. Can they rally around their leader and find a way to stabilize the bullpen? Will the front office finally make the bold moves necessary to salvage this season? Can Aaron Judge and the offense wake up before it's too late? For Yankees fans, this is more than baseball. It's about pride, passion, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. And while the storm clouds gather, there is still hope. Hope that the Bronx Bombers will rise from the ashes, fight through the adversity, and remind everyone why pinstripes command respect. The stage is set. The spotlight is on the Yankees like never before. Every pitch, every inning, every decision will be scrutinized. The clock is ticking, and the Bronx is watching, waiting for their team to find a way back. Because in New York, giving up is never an option. The bullpen situation in the Bronx has become a saga that no Yankees fan wanted to endure this late in the season. When the trade deadline passed, there was cautious optimism that the Bombers had done enough to plug the holes in their pitching staff, especially the bullpen, which has been their Achilles heel for months. The hope was that the new arms brought in would bring stability, reliability, and the ability to close out games that are now slipping away. Instead, the reality has been a bitter disappointment, a storm brewing that threatens to engulf any postseason. Dreams the Yankees might still harbor. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In a stunning development that has sent shockwaves through the baseball world, rumors are swirling that the New York Yankees are preparing to make an unprecedented offer to Shohei OHTANI. The two-way sensation currently dazzling fans with his rare combination of pitching and hitting prowess. According to insiders close to the negotiations, the Yankees could be ready to propose a jaw-dropping contract worth $500 million, a figure that would not only shatter records, but also redefine the financial landscape of Major League Baseball. While no official confirmation has yet been made, the mere suggestion that the Yankees are willing to open their checkbook to such an extent has ignited feverish speculation among fans, analysts, and rival teams alike. This potential deal, if it comes to fruition, would not only signify a massive commitment to acquiring one of the game's brightest stars, but also signal the Yankees' aggressive intention to reassert dominance in an increasingly competitive league. The timing of these reports is particularly intriguing as it coincides with the offseason, when teams typically strategize for marquee acquisitions, making the buzz around OHTANI's possible move to the Bronx even more intense. The implications of a $500 million contract for Shohei OHTANI would be profound, both on and off the field. Such an investment would place the Yankees at the forefront of a trend toward astronomical player salaries, raising questions about how this could affect team dynamics, payroll management, and future negotiations across the league. Observers speculate that the Yankees' willingness to commit $500 million to one player reflects their belief in OHTANI's unique value, not just as a dominant pitcher and slugger, but also as a global ambassador for the sport. His impact transcends traditional baseball metrics. OHTANI's popularity in Japan and his role in expanding MLB's international reach make him a potentially transformative figure for the franchise's marketing and branding efforts. Critics, however, caution that such a massive contract carries risks, including injury concerns and the challenge of balancing OHTANI's dual roles, which require careful management. Still, the Yankees appear poised to embrace these challenges, betting that OHTANI's extraordinary talent and marketability justify the historic financial commitment they might make. The rumored contract discussions also raise intriguing questions about the broader competitive landscape in Major League Baseball. If the Yankees do secure OHTANI with such an unprecedented offer, it could set off a bidding war among other elite teams eager to acquire or retain superstar talent. This scenario might accelerate an arms race in player salaries, potentially driving up costs across the league and altering how teams allocate their financial resources. Rival clubs are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, weighing their own strategies in light of the Yankees' apparent readiness to make a blockbuster deal. Some insiders speculate that this move could trigger a wave of high-profile signings or extensions as franchises seek to build rosters capable of challenging the Yankees' newfound firepower. The prospect of OHTANI in pinstripes also excites fans who dream of a revitalized Yankee squad, blending tradition with cutting-edge talent acquisition to reclaim their place atop baseball's hierarchy. This bubbling rumor, if substantiated, could reshape the MLB offseason narrative and set the stage for a thrilling next chapter in the sport's ongoing saga. Beyond the financial and competitive ramifications, the potential acquisition of Shohei OHTANI by the Yankees carries significant cultural and historical weight. OHTANI's journey from Japan to MLB stardom embodies a fusion of international baseball excellence, and his arrival in New York could deepen the sport's cross-cultural connections. The Yankees, with their storied legacy and global fan base, stand to amplify OHTANI's profile even further, potentially inspiring a new generation of fans and players worldwide. This potential signing represents more than just a business transaction. It symbolizes the ongoing globalization of baseball and the growing influence of international talent in shaping the game's future. Some analysts argue that the Yankees, by pursuing OHTANI so aggressively, are not merely seeking athletic excellence, but also embracing a vision of baseball as a truly global sport. The ripple effects of this move could extend far beyond the Bronx, influencing how MLB franchises approach international scouting, player development, and fan engagement in years to come, while the rumors swirl and speculation reaches a fever pitch. Fans and experts alike await official word on whether the Yankees will indeed finalize this historic offer for Shohei OHTANI. The buzz around a $500 million contract is more than just idle chatter. It reflects a genuine possibility that could redefine the business of baseball and the sport's competitive landscape. Should the deal materialize, it will undoubtedly become one of the most talked about stories in sports history, marking a bold new chapter for both OHTANI and the Yankees. Until then, the baseball world remains on edge, captivated by the tantalizing prospect of witnessing one of the game's most electrifying players on the iconic pinstripes. Whether this rumor turns into reality or remains a fascinating what-if scenario, its impact is already being felt, stirring excitement, debate, and anticipation across the globe. The coming weeks promise to be a thrilling ride for fans as the saga of Shohei Ohtani and the Yankees unfolds with the drama and intensity befitting the grand stage of Major League Baseball. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.